a good topic to connect to the world actually, because everybody needs clothing in the one form or another. So talking about the world means we talk about the 7 billion customers that we potentially have, or end users, let's say. And it is an industry segment, let's say, that has a certain relevance to everybody. It consumes a lot of natural resources. In the traditional way textiles are done, it's even a very polluting process. The textile industry is the second most polluting industry in the world. I'm not sure if you realize that.
Yeah.
And there are some documentaries like River Blue that show you how things are done in India or Bangladesh that do not really work out nicely for the rivers, for the environment, and a few other things. So it has a pretty significant relevance on the global scale. So the digital economics in textile printing are the same like with any other digital printing method. In the established or the conventional methods, you always need to make a form or a screen or a printing plate. It's exactly the same thing in textile printing. So when you want to print on garments, let's say, you need to make a printing screen. You have initial cost for making the screen, for the setup. So you spend like 200, 300 bucks before you even have printed a single shirt. And digital does away with all of that. You start right away, load the textile to the printer, print, print, print. Of course, digital textile printing ink is more expensive than screening. Screen ink hardly costs anything, right? And let's say printing on a garment in a digital process, we are talking about cost per print of 35, 50, 60 cents, depending on the design and the size and the amount of ink. And you have this break-even point where after 300, 400, 500 prints, it will be more economic to work with a traditional conventional method. It's moving all the time because we are trying to push it out. So talking about some of the innovations that we have on the booth, one of those innovations is what we call HD technology, which we have in our direct-to-garment systems. And in this latest generation of systems, we're reducing the ink consumption by 30 to 50% compared to the previous system generation, which translates, because the ink price stays the same, which translates into 30 to 50% reduced cost per print.
Yeah.
So it pushes out the break-even point all the time. When people had it in their minds like 200, 300 before, now we are pushing it more to 400, 500, 600. There's a number of market trends that we see. So the run lengths are getting shorter, like in any other area of printing right now. It's exactly the same with fashion and apparel and garments. Then people have a requirement for immediate gratification. Nobody is going to wait 2 or 3 weeks until stuff comes back from Asia. People want it now, and production needs to move closer to where the consumer is. It's a very important trend. And of course, it can be very diverse. We are having big successes right now with the e-commerce guys. For example, a product like the Allegro that we see here, it's a water-based pigment printing solution, which means the fabrics are cured by means of hot air drying. So you don't need to steam, you don't need to wash. It's not like in reactive printing. All you need, you can put in a working space of 7 by 10 meters, let's say, and that makes it very easy and attractive for the online guys that might already have a number of other products like personalized coffee mugs, business cards, that sort of thing, to add a textile production facility to their product offering. So because of the digital economics, let's say, that I described in the beginning, if you want to print like 100,000 shirts with the same design, of course you would still go for screen printing. But again, we are trying to push out this break-even point and the boundaries and make digital competitive against screen printing all the time. That's an important component, and we want to get into those screen printers which are facing a situation where they have like an average run length of 150, let's say. It's getting shorter and shorter. And even in an established market like Germany, you have 4 or 5 players, garment decorators, that still produce like 20, 30,000 garments every day. And they have a fair share of jobs that are not really suitable for analog or conventional production, and there we want to get in. So every screen printer, for example, that has 2 or 3 carousels has an economic reason, most likely, to add a digital production unit. So that's one element, get into those screen printing accounts. The other one is e-commerce individualization, online storefronts, that sort of things. But also other market areas that of course we are in the process of getting into are high fashion production, interior decoration. Pigment printing, as you can imagine, is a great technology for everything that's exposed to UV light. Curtains, a great application. Our process is water-based, it has GOTS certification, it has Ecotech certification. Kornit products are suitable for everything that's coming close to your skin. This is where we want to get, even if maybe you need to pay 20-30 cents more per square meter. But it's a high quality production method. So on the direct-to-garment side, we really start small with a product that we call the Breeze. This is right for everybody who has 30, 40, 50 garments or more in a day to produce. So let's say it's not really copy shop equipment, but any serious garment decorator, and there are more of them than you would think. But let's say there is a hardcore of 400, 500 garment decorators which would have a specific use for this kind of technology that we offer. And it multiplies by the number of European countries that you have. So screen printers, garment decorators, professional industrial scale, this is what we are looking for. Then you have the really big guys, the online guys, that are producing in the range of 1,000, 2,000 garments per day. And again, there are some really large scale garment decorators, the big names in every country, that really produce massive, massive quantities. On the other hand, in the roll-to-roll area, a Lego product, again, pigment-based, simple process. It's really for the guys that want to produce customized, individualized product. Could be somebody who is printing large format products anyway and is looking for a way to expand or diversify. It could be as well an established producer of textiles, fabrics, who needs a digital variation of his product, a product offering just because of the dynamics I described, lower run lengths, things like that. So it's really startup capital owners, right? Somebody who's looking for a way to start something up, to invest in an e-commerce online business model and just does not have textile on the radar as something to invest in. I think it can be a great addition. We are a little bit unique in the way we are doing things. The Allegro, the roll-to-roll system, is a really unique product because I'm not aware of anybody else who is using water-based pigmenting to the same extent that we are doing it. And it gives you the flexibility that I described, and it's an easy to install product. We are pretty unique because everybody else is either reactive or acid or sublimation or I don't know what. So here we are unique. On the entry-level side, you have competitive products indeed, which are like desktop kind of printers suitable for quantities up to 20, 30 garments a day. We are above that, and one of our unique selling points, this is definitely worth to mention, you need to pre-treat a shirt before you can print it. With any other vendor in the market, it's an external process. We do it inside the machine. So no need to touch the textile multiple times. Take the shirt from the box, put it in the printer, pre-treat internally, print, dry, that's it.